welcome to the first video of my channel. I'm filming this like after I have filmed and edited what was going to be one vlog but ended up being about 3 half-an-hour long ones, and I decided I was going to do an intro and outro kind of just now for each of them because I haven't really done any of that because I planned to only have one vlog and not have 3. But they turned out being really rambly. So I think in this one, basically, like I started filming when I found out I got into university that I wanted to get into for years, and I think I got some Pokemon coins in the last clip. I can't quite remember exactly, but yeah, I'll leave it over to ask me. Hi. So I probably recorded a different intro to this because I'll know what I'm doing by that point. At first, actually, like, in 2020, I thought that, like, my first video would be, like, a portfolio review channel because I'd be, like, I've been watching a bunch of portfolio reviews and some of them have kind of helped, but others haven't. I mean, if you want me to do, like, a portfolio review, I can do that. So basically at this point, like, it's been about like 7 hours since I got the email, but like 5 hours or so since I actually checked my emails and found out that I got an unconditional offer to Djcad, which is the university that I've been trying to get into for 4 years. Or at least this is my 4th time applying, so technically like 5 years maybe. Anyway, I knew that I wanted, like, this was like my main choice in like 2017, so a while, a real big while. And I could probably go into that later as well if I do like a portfolio video or some random point in the videos that I make, because I plan on doing a YouTube channel, which you're obviously watching a video on. I wanted to do one for ages, but I just kept putting it off. And I just kept being like, I'll do it later. And it was definitely one of the things that turned into the I'll do it when I get in to Djcad, which became a lot of things. Which this year my plan was actually to try and really get out of that cycle in 2021. And I kind of have already started that because I completely like tidied up my room and stuff like that. That was gonna be one of the first videos as well, was tidying up my room, and I did it before I even like knew that I was gonna get it this year. I think it was even before I put in my digital portfolio, because I was just like, at that point I was like, I need to do something about this room, and I'm really happy with how it's turned out, but that's a video down the drain because I didn't bother filming it and I forgot to take photos. Because I was gonna do like photos and then do like a, you know, that spinny reveal of the room. That never happened. But yeah, like, my tone is not excited right now, or like just very subdued, mainly because it's this is the first time I'm filming anything. Not necessarily the first time I'm filming this segment. This is like the 3rd time, because I just keep stumbling over myself and I don't know what I'm saying and I forget what I've said. So I usually end up just going around in fucking circles and saying the same thing over and over again. This is why I need to like get some sort of script, or like just get better at remembering everything I say, at least for the few minutes that I'm filming. Because this is like the first time that I'm like filming myself, when now I rarely take photos of myself. I don't really like the way I look at myself unless I look for a kind of certain amount of time, and then I kind of get used to it enough to be like not laughing at cringing at how I'm looking in the camera. It's also helping, like, trying to look directly into the camera rather than this little like image over here of me being a full. But yeah, I it's also kind of the fact that it's late and I want to go to bed, and I'm gonna go to bed after I film this. But yeah, there are definitely projects that I do want to film, and there are definitely projects I do want to get out of the way and, you know, definitely do before I, you know, go into Djcad. The plan is to basically just film every so often when I have something like exciting to do, and hopefully I can get a video up at some point. Like hopefully before I go off to uni. I plan to hopefully have like a few done and then have a bit of a backlog. That's kind of the plan for it. There's a good amount of information I need to find out about uni and stuff like that now that I'm actually like going, because I've accepted the offer. Like and just a little bit of context, like I only applied for Djcad in the first year that I applied. I also applied for illustration at Edinburgh, the Edinburgh School of Arts. I can't. It also has like a shortened name like Djcad, because Djcad is a blank in my memory now. Duncan of Jordenston College of Art. That's the name, and you know, obviously it shortens to Djcad, but it's basically a part of Dundee University. It's just the art school that is in Dundee, or at least I think there's only one art school in Dundee. I don't know if there's like, I know there's 2 universities like there are in most cities in Scotland. Like there tends to be 2 universities, if not more, particularly down in Edinburgh. But I think usually there's like 1 art school. I don't really know a lot. Like I suppose I could do a video where I just kind of like talk a bit more about like why I applied just to Djcad. I mean, it was mainly because like there was either something lacking or I just did not want to go to the other art school in Scotland, and I was only ever going to go to once in Scotland, because I didn't want to spend an inordinate amount of money on tuition, because I'm going to have to pay for 1 year anyway, but in Djcad it's under £2,000, which is pretty fucking good considering like the art school down in London is like £9,000 a year or something, and most universities in England are like £9,000 a year, so it's a lot better. I'll say that much. But yeah, I think I'll film another video at some point, and you're probably gonna see that one next. Whenever I decide to film it, I mean, at the end of the day, I could literally just talk about like why I decided like to just apply to Djcad and stuff like that. I suppose you could comment and like the video, and maybe subscribe if you really wanted to. I'm hoping to post like maybe once a week. We're gonna have to see like how everything ends up developing, and how I'm assuming this video is also going to be a part of like maybe a few videos that I've filmed at this point. I don't know, because this is the past. But yeah, to sum up, I found out technically yesterday, because it's like 1 in the morning of the next day, that I found out that I got an unconditional offer to Djcad. I'm really excited to go. I really wanted to start this YouTube channel a while ago, but you know, it just ended up being on my list of I'll do it when I get into Djcad, rather than like, hey, I'll do it now. But like now I've got a bunch of things that I'm definitely going to do, and I definitely do want to film as sort of like project videos, and to kind of like, I suppose, document like what I'm doing. There's definitely stuff I'm doing now that I'm kind of like preparing to do. I hope that, oh, this is weird because I'm actually talking to people now. But in the end, I hope that you guys enjoy like what I'm showing. I aim to film like during my first year, and I think it will be very interesting to sort of document particularly experiences at specifically Djcad, but also specifically during this kind of period of time where the pandemonium, as we'll call it, is going on, and there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but I don't necessarily trust people not to be selfish and not to go do things that ultimately will put, you know, other people in danger. So I can hope, and hopefully, you know, the first year will be like, I know it's not going to be the same as like all the other times, but hopefully it will, you know, really start to be as it was the previous year. And yeah, I mean, all I can do is, you know, I suppose film. But I just have to wait and see, and we'll see how everything develops from there, really. So I'll see you in a second, because it's still gonna be me in the future, and whatever I decide to talk about in what I suppose is going to be my first video. So yeah. And transition. Okay, so it's been a few days since I've like filmed anything, because mostly it's just been me researching shit and trying to find out like what I need to do for university and all that jazz. I've sorted out a bunch, but a lot of it's like gonna be waiting until stuff opens up, like halls and shit like that. So hopefully I should be able to get that done soon. Right now I think the plan is going to be, I want to open up the Etsy that I was going to open up like 2 years ago after I sold it. 2019 Dcon, I think? Yeah, 2019 Dcon. I wanted to open up after that, but I just never did, and now I've got a bunch of stuff that I've done like 2 to 3 years ago. I've got a bunch of stuff that I do really want to actually like do, and I think there's one that I'm definitely going to do, a set of stickers, and I'll show those at some point. I suppose they'll be on my Instagram and stuff like this, probably by the point that I actually upload this video. Or collection of videos. There's like a lot of stuff I want to do, but there's a lot of things I need for it, and a lot of them are kind of expensive. I've been trying to kind of, because I have basically 5 months to sort things out, I've been trying to separate each kind of bigger purchase by each month, so I can kind of separate the cost out a bit and also be able to get like some of the costs just a bit lower. So I've wanted to do like resin stuff, and a lot of it's going to end up like fitting into like a lot of the other stuff I want to make. So my plan is to hopefully do some resin stuff over April, and then when it comes to May I can get a sewing machine, because there's a bunch of stuff I want to do that's going to require a sewing machine, both of just like my own clothes but then also stuff I want to make, and it would make it like a lot easier and quicker. After that I don't really know because we have, I think it's like a Samsung Note, I think it's 10, but it's not really working and I have to wait. I have a part to replace it for the battery, not necessarily a new battery, but it's like from the charging point into the battery or something like that, and I have to wait until my dad gets here, because then he can actually unscrew the bloody thing to actually get to the charging port. That might fix it, and I've heard that there are programs that you can use, like stuff that's on the iPad, like Procreate and stuff like that, by doing that. So hopefully I won't have to get a new tablet, but to be perfectly honest, I think I'm probably gonna get one, because I think I right now I have like an intros Wacom tablet, so it doesn't have a screen, whereas like obviously with an iPad you have a screen. I do know about like other display tablets where you can get obviously a screen on those and draw on the screen, but the good thing about a tablet in particular, something like an iPad, you can like take that anywhere and you can do stuff anywhere, and I feel like that would be really useful. So it's something to think about, but it'd probably be in a few months. It wouldn't be like right now, but it's definitely something I need to do. And hopefully I can get it done like at that point in time. I feel like I'm just rambling on. I probably am, because I don't really know what to say. That ain't new. Anyway, I've been thinking about like, obviously I see a lot of stuff where it's like, you know, being more like personalized with your stuff in terms of like what you're selling. And so I know about like obviously having like a personalized note and stuff like that. I've got a massive bunch of notes. Maybe I'll show you those because I got a lot. So I'm set for like notes and stuff like that to do that. But I was thinking on doing like a business card, but I kind of want to get my store set up by basically the end of this week. And I really just want to get it done. And I feel like I don't really want to have to wait for a business card and not have to get like a bunch of other things as well. So a business card will be something that I'm thinking of possibly doing in the future, but not right now. And as of right now, I'm thinking on possibly doing an A5 like lino print, because I want to have a bit of cardboard to support the prints and everything else in the pack. And I already have some like proper nice like thin ones that are actually made for it, because my dad bought them at some point and somehow still has them. And so I will be using them. But I also have a bunch of cardboard, a lot of cardboard, and I'm thinking my plan is going to be I will cut them into strips and then make a frame out of those strips, so I can basically have like the middle bit cut out, and so it means it'll weigh less. Part of the price that comes from like shipping something is from your weight. So it is one of those things where if I can take that weight out, you know, even just that bit of weight out of the parcel, then it'll mean it'll, you know, be less pricey. But then again, it's probably going to continue being a price because they've got set prices as well. But there's also a bunch of A3 papers. They're actually like a gridded, they're for a business, like, but there's two almost full pads of them, and they're basically got a grid on them. I'll show you. I have these because my dad bought them and never used them, or at least he partially used it. He partially used it, but not one of them, and then the other one's completely not used at all. But basically it's just a charter thing where it's just a grid, and then it has like the dates of the weeks, and oh, it's got every 5 days apparently. Every 5 days on like each month, and it goes for a year. Yeah. And on the back side though, it's completely blank. Because the sun's shining through, it's kind of like, no. There we go. It's completely blank. And it seems like it's good enough. It's not like too thin a paper. And so what I'm thinking is like I could pretty much print on that, hopefully, if all going well. And because it's A3, what I could do is I could wrap it round the, like, particularly even like the A4 size. I could wrap it around the A4 size and do a lino cut, because I have this lino, which is, it's a very, very like stiff lino. Like I think it'd be really good to do resin charms out of. Like I can make a silicone mold using this, put resin in that, and then like I could make like unique charms with that. So, but at the end of the day, it's the only lino I have, and I was thinking maybe I could do something with it. Maybe I'd make it smaller than just like the A5 size, which I have here, but and I was thinking, obviously I've done a couple of like just random sketches, but I was thinking of possibly doing something like that, or like that's like an A5 size more or less. Kind kind of just like another thank you thing, but just like something I could print easily. And then I did like another quick sketch of something else as well. I could do, I did find a way of like, God, I'm fucking nattering on. I did find a way of doing it digitally, printing it out, sticking it on, you know, sticking it onto the lino, and then using a craft knife to kind of cut a dotted line around everything, cut that, which I did with this one, which I'll get some sort of b-roll of, I'm sure, of this one, which basically would go on the labels that I have. White labels, just in general, I could print onto those, and then those would go to seal the paper of those around the cardboard frame that would that would help stop the thing from bending. Obviously, because I have like 300 GSM prints, they're pretty, I think it's GSM, I'm pretty sure it's GSM. They're pretty like stiff, so if there's like more than 5, they will be fine. But I don't know if people are gonna buy more than 5. So just something to think about. And there's definitely a lot of stuff I want to do for my business. There's definitely a lot of it's weird because I'm kind of transitioning into this period where I'm like doing more of stuff that is more like 3D and more, not necessarily just 3D, but more like physical objects. Like I want to do things like hair bows, possibly even go on to things like chokers and stuff. I do want to try making like animal ears, because I have done a spirit hood. Spirit hood? No, it's not a spirit hood. It's called like a faux fur snooty or something like that. Like Spirit Hood's like a company, but like they kind of own the thing on it. I can't remember. But I want to do something like that, particularly because there's a cosplay I want to do, and that's going to involve that. So it'd be good to kind of like be able to use it for multiple things and just be like buy, like for example, like an airbrush is what I plan to buy for it, and obviously for some faux fur, and probably shears. Shears? Are they shears? No. Clippers. I think the term is clippers. I think I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not. But I suppose I could just get them from fucking local shops, so it'd be fine. But yeah, get some like clippers, stuff like that, basically to do that with, and wire and headbands and stuff like that as well. But again, a lot of that stuff I kind of want to prepare for when I actually like have opened up my shop for a while. I can sort of then kind of prepare for the next year. I want to basically, I think my plan is going to be, I'm going to design some things, so some like collections for things like Halloween and all that jazz, and winter and autumn. Like do some little collections made for those things specifically, maybe more like the ears and, you know, some of the smaller stuff like the hair bows and jokers and stuff like that. Like not necessarily like big things like the spirit hoods. Those might be a wee while yet, but I mean, we'll see. There's a lot of stuff I want to do, and the thing about it is like there's a lot of stickers I want to make, but stickers can be kind of expensive to do, particularly because they tend to be like, oh, you have to buy it in bulk, and oh, you have to buy a lot of each one. So I've had a look around and I've been trying to find one that'll kind of suit what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna try and get samples of well before, because I didn't do that in the past, and I ended up kind of fucking up some of the ones, but I mean, I'll show those at some point. Maybe when in the video I'll kind of talk about each one that I'm gonna be selling. But yeah, basically. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna see about making the lino and stuff. Yeah, see you at some point in the future, I suppose. In like 5 seconds. Or 2. Anyway, right. So, I got a parcel in the post, and basically, earlier this month, I kind of went on a spree where I started getting a lot of Pokemon coins. If you don't know what they are, they're basically like coins. You usually get them in like blister packs. and they'll have like a Pokemon on them. And my plan is to possibly do like resin charms out of them by taking one of them and making a silicone mold out of it, and then basically being able to use that over and over again. Obviously I wouldn't sell it as an actual like genuine coin, like it would be like a specifically made like resin one. That's my plan for those, and I got some in the post, and these ones are from Japan. I think they said they were from it's like a vending machine, a vending machine, something like that. So like pretty much I just found them on this one website and I thought they'd be like really good for stuff, so I've already technically opened it because I was like, oh yeah, I'll film this, and I ate my lunch and then I started opening it. I forgot to film. Oh, it makes it easier just to get all the shit out in there. Right, it's quite a big package for ultimately, what was this size? So I don't know. Right. Okay, so I got 3 of these, and there's a total of 10, apparently. I'll get like a better shot of this later on. I think there's 3 of these, because I got 3 of them. I think they're slightly smaller than the normal coins, which is fine. Yeah, they're slightly smaller. So I got this one, which I think is called Nyomyn. It's got a rainbow shine. That's cool. I got Wooloo, because apparently everyone loves Wooloo. You can kind of see it, not really. It's definitely more rainbow to me. It's sort of like gridded off squares, and it's got like a circle that's actually reflective. And then I got a ponytail one. Woo! I'm not really good at showing them. I'll get them in better light so you can actually see and edit it in, I'm sure. Stuff has to go in the bin and stuff. But yeah, I might as well keep these in. I have like a lot left. I think I'm waiting on, I think 3 more to come from America that I got from eBay. So I'll probably show those as well. But again, I have a lot of stuff where I have a lot of plans and then I don't do shit with them. Well, hopefully I'll actually start to do shit with them now, because I'll actually be going away. But yeah, so yesterday I did like some research into the course and stuff like that, and the stuff I need to do to prepare for a uni sort of deal. And I also made sort of little lino cuts. That'll be to go on like the thank you thing. Mustache. I entertain myself. But yeah, but I also forgot that the things are printed backwards. So it's fine for this because it'd be fine either way it's printed. But this one, I did it the right way round on the cut, but that means when it's printed it's the wrong way round. So the only way I could do it is if, actually I printed it over here, so you can actually see it. So that would be it, the way it's supposed to be done. Is that the right way around for you? Me looking at it like this makes it look like it's the right way around, but I don't know whether it's a case of because it's mirrored is the effect, but maybe actually show it like in person it's not the right way around, it's the other way around. So it would have to be like upside down in order to work. So actually, so is this the wrong way around for, yeah, well actually no, I don't know. It'll probably be the right way around for you, but like it's the wrong way around for me when I'm filming it. So it's really weird. Yeah, basically, I mean I have literally like a blank disc on the other side, so I could probably easily cut into this and do the exact same thing, but flip it. And then yeah, it would look exactly like I wanted it to. Well, apart from, you know, the bunny's being flipped, but you know. So I think that's the plan for today. I've got work as well. So yeah, I'm trying to keep filming a bit more because I kind of left it for a few days because I was just doing like sort of random stuff, and yeah, I had to keep up a bit more, and I need to try because I think it's like the more I do it, the more I'll be like comfortable with it. So, but I think that's mostly for today. Maybe I'll film a little bit tonight. I don't know. Probably not. Okay. Bye. Yesterday I did a bunch of printing, and I basically, as you can see now, I did a bunch of label stickers and a bunch of A3s and A4s, which will then go on to cover the cardboard in the packages I send for my Etsy store, which I'm going to plan on working on today, getting a lot of the stock kind of put onto Etsy, because right now I have like it initially done but not a lot, and I need to get going with that. I think that's the plan for today. I need to figure out, like, there's a few things I need to figure out for like going away and like setting up bank stuff, and I'll need to figure that out, because it seems like one part I can do online, but I can't do it through my account, which is really weird. I don't know. I might try it and then see, but I really don't want to have to try and set up a completely different account in order to do it, and it might just be worth waiting, or even just going in next week and doing it. So at this point I'm kind of just a bit like, maybe I could do it next week instead, and it would be just so much easier, I think. But then again, I don't want to, because they won't pick up the phone, I can't really ask like to book a specific appointment, so I can't really go in on a specific time and know I'm going to get served and I'm going to get everything sorted then. It kind of means I just have to wait and see, which is not the best, because considering I have to go all the way into the city to do this, and I don't want to have to do that because the local branch is shut and the other branch is pretty much the same distance away, so I might as well just go into the one in the city. So I'll have to figure it out, but that's what I've been doing so far. Welcome back. So that was the first vlog, very kind of rambly. I think when I get sort of more into the project ones, it'll be a little bit less rambly, because I'm actually talking about something rather than trying to explain everything to someone who doesn't know anything about it, or about my life or whatever. So yeah, like and subscribe and comment if you want to see anything. I definitely think that the kind of portfolio video is something I might do. I don't really know. I think for me, I would do it just to show my portfolio. I wouldn't do it to be like, here's how to get it. Like, no. Just, I maybe have like 2 to 3 bits of advice that are like, as like a general rule, that could help you, like, and help anyone, but like that's kind of it. I don't have anything more that would actually help out. So I might still show it mainly just for people who are kind of nosy and want to see. Like, I'll probably will do it just for that, and I won't do it for like, here's how to do it. But yeah, anyway, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.